Academy is an independent business school that is linked to an industry body, ASISA, the Association of Savings and Investments South Africa. There are 3 target groups that the Academy focuses on. One would be employees of ASISA member companies. The second group would be retirement fund trustees and principal officers in South Africa. And the third would be a combination of undergraduates and graduates, especially those who are looking to come into the financial services industry. So how the IFA internship works is we pitch to students at university. We primarily pitch to BCom financial planning students to apply to participate in the internship. The Academy runs a work readiness program for 2 weeks. And so this really helps the young person to sort of bridge the gap between being a student and entering the world of work and becoming a professional in the world of work.
I think IFA is exactly what the initials stand for, Independent Financial Advice. And so that's very simply what we do. We give independent financial advice ranging from risk to investments to medical aid to estate planning and the full gambit in between. So we as Core Wealth already had an internship program running, and really it's the 2 programs melding together. They had the program running, we thought we'd make use of it. There was obviously a cost benefit to us of doing that. So as we've gone through the program, we have always interviewed the interns in coming into the program with the view to a long-term relationship with them. You know, we spend a year on the ASISA program. Our internal internship program is a 2-year process, and so the idea is that we're going to have somebody who's going to stay with us. I would like to think that we've built culture, our culture into them, into the interns that have come in. But where it's made it easier for us is access to top quality students. I think the other big thing is just bringing young people into the industry, bringing young people into the office. It gives us a different perspective on how they see life and how they see the world, and it's also allowing us to deal with the younger client base who feel more comfortable dealing with the younger advisors.
There have been many highlights, but the 2 that stands out the most is working with a great team as well as the knowledge that I've gained. I would like the women in my community to be more financially independent, because right now if something happens to their husbands, then they're just left and not knowing where to pick up or what to do. So that's my main priority for them. Well, the last thing I would say is just to thank ASISA Academy as well as the sponsors for this great opportunity, because I've learned quite a lot and the exposure to the industry has been phenomenal. So I'm very grateful for that.
Ever since I was young, I remember always having this constant need or desire to save. And growing up in a lower middle class family, budgeting was one of the essential elements that you needed to survive through the month. But unfortunately my parents weren't as educated to know that they need to budget, and I always found myself wanting to help them out. A paraplanner works alongside an advisor, financial advisor, and we do everything from preparing investment proposals to preparing risk quotations to doing financial needs analysis ready for the client. My advice to students would be to really know that they have a passion for this industry, and you can come across clients who have millions to invest, and then you have clients who just need help with their budgeting, and you really need to have the same principles in mind when you're giving advice to those clients. You need to have the heart to do it. In 2019 I'll stop calling myself a paraplanner. I'll actually be an associate financial advisor, and I just really want to thank the ASISA Academy and the sponsors for allowing me and giving me the opportunity to do this. I really think this is the best way to start off your career in the industry. Administration work isn't the easiest thing, but it's really vital for you to get through to enable you to give quality advice to clients.
The role that independent financial advisors play could mean the difference between a successful or unsuccessful investment outcome. And so for us, we believe that the best form of financial advice is independent financial advice. And so some of the ways we work with independent financial advisor practices is by establishing forums, supporting them with tools and providing them with objectively researched third-party service providers who can ensure that they run efficient practices. We've been really encouraged to see how the interns have thrived on the program. Many of them have gone on to study further, doing their regulatory exams, but I think the most exciting has been the really high retention rates. So we've seen great success in terms of interns actually staying on with their host practices and becoming permanent employees of these businesses. And for us, this really speaks to how this program is really well on its way to ensuring that the face of independent financial advice actually more fairly reflects the demographics of this country.
I'd like to say thank you to the sponsors for the huge investment that they've made in this program. I'd also like to thank all the IFA practices who have participated thus far in the investment they've made in young people, and especially in young Black South Africans, because this program is aimed at Black South Africans because there has been a great need. So the sponsors identified that there was a need to grow Black young professionals, particularly in the IFA space. And I'd like to encourage more practices to come on board, and as well as sponsors, if they are interested in participating in this, if they have transformation as part of their vision, to be part of this fantastic initiative.